Fellow Nigerians, it is a success story that Nigerians from all walks of life, they move together to protest against SARS and SARS. That is what we can achieve as a people if we speak with one voice on a common platform against a common enemy. No tribe, no religion, no political affiliation. That is the only way we can achieve the Nigeria of our dream. No tribe can fight it alone. Now, why did Buhari budget 128 billion naira to the 469 federal legislators and their assistants? Not only that, he also budgeted 100 billion for their so-called constituency projects, which they do haphazardly and pocket the balance. Nigerian senators, apart from this 128 billion, they are going to pad the budget. That is, if something is 5 million, they will say it's 5 billion. They will increase it and put it in their pocket. That is how they steal from every Nigerian. In 2016, the Nigerian Senate padded Nigerian budget with 481 billion naira. In 2018, I'm repeating this, in 2018, the court ordered Buhari to prosecute the senators that padded the budget. Till today, Mr. Integrity refused to prosecute them. Why? They know what they are doing. So, for the legislators to receive kickbacks for approving all the borrowings, all the proposals from Buhari, he needs to insert it into the budget for them to share. And that is why you see that the legislators, whether they are from APC, PDP, or any other political parties, whether they are from Biafra, Arewa, Duduwa, Nigeria, they don't talk. They don't talk, but they don't pocket the money and they keep quiet. So all the problems happening in Nigeria today, all your federal legislators accountable, because it is a waste of money, public fund, to have the Senate and the House of Representatives. We have to end the Senate. As we want to end SARS, end the Senate. Now, we have a law in Nigeria that decides how much public office holder must hold, how much they must receive every month for salaries. And this is laid out by the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission, ROMAFC. Paragraph 32D, Part 1 to the 3rd schedule of the Nigerian Constitution states that the Commission, that is ROMAFC, shall determine the remuneration appropriate for political office holders, including the President, Vice President, Governor, Deputy Governors, Ministers, Commissioners, Special Advisors, Legislators, and others. That is, it is the duty of that office to say how much public officers must receive. But today, Nigerian legislators continue to break that law every month by allocating to themselves whatever they want. Now they are not the highest paid in the world, in a country that is the poverty capital of the world. No federal legislator in Nigeria is supposed to earn more than a permanent secretary who has served the country for many years. Many of the Nigerian senators rigged the election. Some of them are certificate forgers, ritualists. They rig themselves into office and they are earning the highest in the world. All of this are happening because we, the people, have been fighting in groups. We have been silent. That is why we all are suffering today. Our silence. Now, the Nigerian Bar Association is also quiet about this. An infringement on the law. NBA is silent. Nigerian Labour Congress, we cannot even predict them. They are just okay with their 30,000 naira minimum wage, $72. They're just okay with that. Monkey they walk, bamboo they chop. Nigerians are hard workers. Our people suffer. They work in the rain, they work under the sun, they work at night. And they struggle to live and to pay their bills. But a few persons will just go to the National Assembly, shout yea and nay, and they receive the highest in the world, a job that is supposed to be part-time, and we, the people, we are silent. Our poverty did not start immediately. It was a gradual process of these people siphoning our commonwealth. As we fight against SARS, we must address the root causes of our problems. End SARS, end the Senate. End SARS, end the Senate. End the Senate. Federal legislators are the root causes of all the problems we have in Nigeria. Because the law is in their hands, but they refuse to use it. Buhari says something, he goes away with it. Because they know that if they challenge Buhari, in the next budget, he will not increase it for them, as he has just done. And that is why anything can go on. And they know that Nigerians will talk. The legislators sat down and they said, okay, let us make laws to gag Nigerians so that as we loot, as we get this kind of monies, they don't talk. That is why they came about the so-called anti-social media bill, the hate speech law, so that they oppress us and at the same time we don't talk. So for us, some of those people that want Nigeria to break, your Arewa senators, your Duduwa senators, your Niger Delta senators, your Biafra senators, all of them are the problems in Nigeria. Today, all of them. That's why they're all silent. Remember that Nigeria is owing $300 million. This money was borrowed from the World Bank, from the Islamic Development Bank, and from the African Development Bank in 2018. Buhari borrowed that money that he was going to use the money to fight mosquitoes. Ridiculous, yes. To fight malaria. In 2018, we are still owing that money. Is malaria finished in Nigeria today? Are the mosquitoes gone? Many years after Buhari's death, the present Nigerian youths that are silent now, they will pay all the debt. All the debt that they are accumulating, it is you that will pay. Then Buhari's children and the children of these legislators will inherit the loot of their parents. They will use the money to contest election, and they will rule over you and your children. Before you say, God forbid, it is already happening. David Mark was senator for 16 years. He was a minister, he was governor, he was this and that. His daughter is a member of the House of Representatives now. Obani Koro was Minister of State for Defense. He was also an ambassador to Ghana. He was involved, allegedly involved, in the money that was budgeted to buy ammunition. He was part of those people that allegedly stole that money. His son is also a member of the House of Representatives today. Now, in 2021, Nigeria is going to spend 3.1 trillion to pay just part of its debt. We're going to pay a debt of 3.1 trillion naira. 2021. We're already owing 85 billion naira, which is 22.6 trillion naira. Buhari does not care for education. He does not care for health. Because himself, his wife, they travel abroad for treatment. Wife goes to Dubai to treat neck pain. When billions are being budgeted for Aso Rock, all his children, most of them, they school abroad. Fatima, schooled in the UK, Buhari's daughter. Nana Adiza, another Buhari's daughter, schooled in the UK. Safinatu, schooled in the UK. Halima, schooled in the UK. Yusuf, schooled in the UK. Zara, schooled in the UK. Buhari's children. And ASU is on strike. It was very shameful to see that at the period that ASU was on strike, Prior to the 2019 election, Nigerian, as National Association of Nigerian Students, carried themselves, transported themselves to Abuja and promised Buhari 20 million votes. Is this not the Buhari? That was not the NAS we left behind. Senators, we rush now to approve the budget by the end of this year because they quickly want their share. While insecurity, poverty, and unemployment continue to ravage the land, and they move around with sirens and police officers to secure them. The way they insert their kickbacks into the budget is the same way they do with China. When Nigerian legislators approve loans from China or they give contracts to Chinese companies, Nigerian government officials, they get their own bribe from whatever they get as loans or as contracts. That is why some of the contracts for the construction of roads and bridges are inflated. Everything you need to build roads and bridges are available in Nigeria. But they prefer to give it to foreigners because that is where their money will come from. Everything to build a bridge and roads in Nigeria, they are all in Nigeria. And we have qualified engineers to do that. But no, they will prefer to inflate it in billions. And what do? So the Chinese government or the contractors to pay our Nigerian legislators and government officials that approve their loans, they put the money in cargo, in form of cargo, and they export it from China to Nigeria. Remember that in 2019, it was allegedly reported. It was reported that the Nigerian custom seized dollars imported in containers. And this is the same thing that China is doing to other African countries. After my speech, you will watch a short video of what they do to Kenya the same way. Now, $1 billion was taken from our treasury to buy ammunition against terrorism. Where are the ammunitions? As terrorism finished in Nigeria, instead, this government, supported by the Senate, are now integrating terrorists. And the killing has worsened in Nigeria, coupled with the SARS killing. Here are the ammunitions. Fellow Nigerians, if we don't give up before the finishing line, if we can continue to put aside our differences, if we can forgive each other, show more love, forget our past history, put aside our religion, or political affiliation, or our tribes, together we can see a brand new Nigeria. Let's keep marching. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Together we must say no